there's a job farming. Now I love animals. And so I thought, farming, wonderful, you know, managing a farm. So I said, what is the job? And she said, it's removing manure, which means shoveling shit. So for 3 months in the summer, I was shoveling on a farm. And at the end of the day, on a big truck, big lorry, all that I had done was moved. I drove to the forest, dumped it, and I could see the product of my labor. And all day I was on my own with the animals, thinking.
70年代初期，博赞以兼职家庭教师的身份，开始了思维导图的推广事业。
This was 1971, and at that time I was sometimes making only £10 a day, very little money.
但令博赞没料想到的是，他的家教生意发展得十分迅速。
So when I was teaching one family, they would tell their friends. And so next week I was teaching 3 families. And they would tell their friends. And then I was teaching 10 families. And then I was making more money. And then I had to start to teach my friends to teach the families. Because I couldn't do it all. And then I started to produce the books so that more people could learn, and then the television programs so more people could learn.
此时，一个令博赞的事业发生转折的机会出现在了他的面前。博赞的思维导图在学习领域取得的成绩引起了 BBC 的注意，他们预约博赞做一个10分钟的电视节目。但是当节目快录制时 ，BBC 方面却临时改变了计划。
And the man came out to introduce us, and he said, "We have a problem. We can only do 2 minutes." And I said, "What do you mean 2 minutes?" They said, 10 minutes. And they said, "We've got squashed, so we're going to give you a quick reading test. We can't speak to Mr. Tatham, and that's it." And I said, "If you want a circus, you go down the street. I am not doing circus. I am talking about the brain. And if you don't want me to talk about the brain for 10 minutes, I'm gone."
他不会认输，因为小孩是不会认输的，所以他就这份精神。
I can say that he's a perfectionist, so everything should be in order, or maybe the way he wanted it to be. So he likes things the way he wants them to be.
巧合的是，博赞带去录制节目的学生正是 BBC 的工作人员。
He said, "Don't you worry." He said, "I'm with the BBC. I will introduce you to the head of programming, and we'll do a half-an-hour program."
没过多久，博赞得到了一个录制30分钟节目的机会。在策划会上，博赞画了一张有关节目制作内容的思维导图。
And the head of the BBC looked at the mind map and he said, "I say, young man, this looks more like 10 programs on this mind map." So I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Jolly good, 10 programs." And then he said, "Could you do a book on this?" I said, "Yes, sir, of course." He said, "Jolly good, 10 programs and a book."
And of course the TV series launched him immediately to a certain amount of fame. And he then wrote the book about mind mapping, Use Your Head, and other thinking techniques, which was based on the TV series. And then, of course, the book became an international bestseller. So I think those early opportunities set him on the path of becoming then an international media personality and an international author and so on.
The BBC, when they first published the book, they said, "Well, this is a new thing, so we'll publish 10,000 copies, which is probably what will sell." On the first day of the first television program, 10,000 copies gone in one day. So the BBC printing more.
How using your head can help you to excel. This Renaissance man is the one who invented the mind mapping method back in 1971.
Tony Buzan's reputation, like his influence, is truly global. He features regularly on television throughout Europe, the Far East, America and Australia, and his books are now published in over 100...
炒作，博赞如何面对质疑呢？请继续收看人物栏目。